Hey YouTube, it's Cutt here, and we're bringing you another one. I didn't think the day was going to come that I was going to be upset about one of these movies I'm out here seeing. I did not think the day was going to come, but it sure has come. Asteroid City. Today we're talking about Asteroid City. If you can't already tell, I'm not happy. I know it came out assuming like 2 weeks ago. So what happened was it came out, I got sick, so I couldn't do the review, and then I was better, but then I was just getting lazy, and then I was like, I don't even like the movie anyway, but I was like, but then that's more of a reason to talk about it. Okay, before we go there, okay, don't forget I have my Patreon. Those who are just a regular Patreon, even if you're the low tier, which is the official Patreon, you get early access to my YouTube tutorials, my art tutorials, my Procreate tutorials, all those things. You get early access a week or two before they come out to everyone else. Also, if you get the all access Patreon, which is the second tier, you get free monthly wallpapers, which are for the desktop, for the computer, and for the phones. Okay, the one that's for July is the Dexter one. So what I do is I do 3 different layouts and designs that I give you for the desktop and tablet, and 3 different layout designs that I give you for the phone. Now, if you're a VIP, not only do you get all those things, but you also get the vectors, either a vector pack or a brush pack or a 3D model pack. Every month you get a free digital pack. The one that we're doing this month is the Cutt brush pack 1, which is right in the center, and you also get the Cutt coloring book no matter when you enter, no matter what month you come in. All right, now if you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. Now let's talk about it. If I'm going to give this thing a rating, we're giving it a 3 out of 10 star rating. 3 out of 10 star rating. Okay, the vibes is giving Grand Budapest meets Mars Attack. Should you see this in theaters? Maybe, because it is very visually appealing, but you better, if you're gonna watch it, just watch it in streaming. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. Okay. And so it's directed by Wes Anderson. So he actually is the one who created Grand Budapest. So that's why it has a similar vibe. And Grand Budapest was phenomenal. The cinematography was amazing. I guess it was a great story, because do I even know what that one was about? I don't know. He also did Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was really good, a good story, and he did Owls of the Dog, which I never seen, but I wanted to see. I just never got around to it. So he did those movies. 2 of those are animated. He did a few others as well, of course, but those are the 3 that I know of him. Okay, y'all know how I am with names, and y'all know how I am with characters. But here's the thing: this cast is wild to be like. This is it's a cast. Okay, now the ones that I put a star next to are either my favorite character or I really like them in other things, and I was happy to see them. Scarlett Johansson did a really good job in this movie. She was very bourgeois, which I really like. Jason Schwartzman, I think I got that right, which is right here where my finger's pointing. He did also a really good job. It was lovely to see Tom Hanks. He did a good job. And it was great to see Steve Carell, who was in The Office. And also he was in, what was the show? The Patient, which was a really good show, but I heard they weren't nominated for anything on Hulu. Really good show. Go check that out. So yeah. Oh, also this girl right here. Oh gosh. Her. Stranger Things. So it was nice to see her, but her role wasn't really that big here anyway. Okay, so let's move on to the villain, question mark. I don't know. Is the villain time? Is the villain being? Is the villain happenstance? Impending doom? I don't know. I don't think there really is a villain. I think it's one of those, like, people living their life and then that's it. Like the confusion. What could be better? Maybe everything. Story wise, I didn't know what was actually going on. I literally was confused. I was also kind of like nodding off, which I really don't like to do, especially if I'm going to see these movies. So it was even harder to know like what is happening. And I'm usually very like intellectual. So I think I'm going to give this movie another try because I was like, what am I watching? However, that was all the bad stuff, which was story, blah, 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 blah. Now, when we get on over to cinematography, that's a whole nother conversation. If this movie was about cinematography, which in some ways it was because it was like a play happening in real time, it's hard to explain. But anyway, point is, if it was only about cinematography, this movie is a masterpiece of cinematography. Like 10 out of 10 in cinematography. Okay, this is not the cinematography one. This is on this. Okay. Cinematography is absolutely, the lighting, the color palettes, the temperature, the atmosphere. Delish. That's why I was excited to see it. But the story was like, what the? Animation CGI, there's some literal claymation or stop motion going on. I don't know if the backgrounds are animated or if they're really painted or if it's like a digital. I don't know. So I'm sure there's some going on, but it's so visually appealing. It's hard to tell what's real, what's fake, what's painted. Like actual sets and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to see. I need to see like a behind the scenes type of situation for that. Character design, lovely, wacky, Texan looking people. I don't think they're in Texas, but Arizona or wherever they are. I love the style, the weirdness of the people, the clothing, which is actually costume design. We didn't get there yet, but it just is a real. And usually I don't do character design for live action. I usually do for animation, but this feels like an animation. They have such personalities. That's why I wanted to talk about character design, and I think they did a really good job with separating the people from one another. Okay. When it comes to music and the score, nothing stood out to me uniquely. I mean, it was good, but nothing where it was like, whoa. You know what I mean? Same thing with sound design. Nothing too like, wow, like they really, nothing serious like that. Not bad, just nothing like that stood out to me in that way. World design, I mean, like I said, it's just phenomenal. This shot is so, it looks like a painting. Like it's done so well. Like they're going to win awards for their cinematography and their set design and all that stuff. But the story was like, what the world is going on here? What the world is going on? Costume design. I picked this picture because I just felt that green. And it's not just green. It's like this vibrant teal neon like green that has a little bit of blue, and then the way it fits in it's a masterpiece of design this way, and the way they did all the clothing, even though it's like mundane, simple clothing, you feel that it fits the world so perfectly. So I did quite enjoy that. As far as I know, there's no end credit scene. I wasn't sticking around to look for one. I don't even think I researched if there was one, but I'm almost certain there isn't one. Okay, is there going to be a second movie? Probably not. Also, I don't think it led up to there being a second one. I think it's one of those one-off type of things. Also, I don't think he does like second movies. He'd be like one and done, moving on when it comes to the director. So I'm not really sure about that. So what's the conclusion? A hot trash mess. No, I'm kidding. It's cinematography-wise, 10 out of 10. Story, movie-wise, like I said, 3 out of 10. And, well, really, it would be a 2 out of 10, but the cinematography pushed it. And, I always say, like, story doesn't matter, it's how it looks. That's not all the way true. It's true to an extent because I am more of a visual person, so the beauty of the film is more important to me than the story. But you gotta still have a story that is captivating, and it wasn't for me. But I am going to give it another chance the moment it hits streaming. I'm going to watch it again. Maybe I'll even do a second review where maybe I need to watch it one more time and really take it in, because I'm sure it's very intellectual. I'm sure it's very deep, but I didn't get it, and I'm usually not the one to not get it. So I'm like, is it just me? What am I missing? You know what I mean? It was one of those type of vibes. Okay. So overall, good movie in a sense of visuals. If we're talking about story, throw it in the trash. Throw the whole thing in the trash. Throw the whole thing in the trash. If you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. That's it, because I was over it. I was so over it. What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave. It's mad buttons down there. You ain't pushed on one of them. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon.